In this video, I'm going to break down some things to think about as you prepare for a migration from another platform to Shopify. I'm working with a client who they are actually transferring from a custom website build over to Shopify for the first time. So in this video, I'm basically just sharing the same things that I shared with them with you, and then making it simple here in this video just for some things to think about as you make this move. So there's 5 main points here. There's a lot of other things to consider, but I just want to keep this video simple and bring out 5 points here. So the first thing to think about when you're transitioning from another platform to Shopify is, of course, transferring your domain. So wherever you have your domain set up, whether it's Namecheap or something like that, of course, you have all your settings and all the configurations on the old website, whether it's custom, whether it's WooCommerce, or another one of these platforms. But of course, you're going to have to transfer all that information over to Shopify. So you have to think about that as well. And also, some companies would like to maybe change the domain. Maybe they want to change their domain. Maybe they're changing the title of their business. And so keeping all that in mind is very important as you transfer over. And making sure that you do have that information, all your login information for the domain and everything. You want to make sure you have all that information set. So whether you're doing it yourself, whether you're working with a developer, that process is easy when you're actually transferring your domain from the other platform onto Shopify. The next thing to think about is actually setting up the hosting. So if we if you think about how you have to host a website, of course, there's a monthly plan that Shopify has in order to actually host your website. So let me see if I can pull up here Shopify monthly cost like this. Yeah, let me see. Okay, good. So like here, Shopify has their plan. So the basic plan is the $29 a month. It goes up to $299, and then Shopify Plus for the larger stores here, which is $2,300 a month. This is also very important to keep in mind when you're actually thinking of moving over to Shopify, because I've heard of some companies who they didn't even have to pay any hosting, or maybe their developer took care of hosting. So they didn't even really worry about that. But with Shopify, there are different plans, as you can see here. So this is definitely something to think about. Carefully look at these various plans, think about which one is the best for you, for your business needs, and then follow through accordingly. But of course, thinking of the hosting aspect is definitely something that you want to keep in mind as you make this transition over to Shopify. The third thing that me and the client had discussed, which I thought was a good point to bring out also in this video, is are you going to be keeping the same design? Now, sometimes all you want to do is just change platforms. You like Shopify, you've heard it's very easy to use. Maybe you've seen videos, you've heard from other companies how easy it is to update products, to update content, to add new content. And so you're really just looking to keep the same design, but you want to use a easier CMS. And so those are all things to keep in mind. Do you want to keep the same design? Are you looking to upgrade your design? And especially when you're communicating that to your developer, if you're keeping the same design, then they know that. But if you're looking to actually improve the design, if there's maybe certain sections or certain aspects or areas of the website that you want to improve or customize, very important to communicate that to the developer, whoever that you're working with, as they build out the new website on the Shopify platform. So that's something else to keep in mind, whether you're going to be keeping the same design or you're actually going to be updating that design. Something else to keep in mind as you move over to Shopify is actually learning about the platform. Now, the good thing about Shopify is the learning curve is not too high. There are some things that you have to get comfortable with, but the learning curve is not too high. If you look here at Shopify, this is how the actual admin panel looks like. So there's home, orders, products, customers. You have everything here on this left side showing all the information about your store. You have an area here where you can actually edit your store and add new content. You have an area here for apps, your settings down here. So the good thing about Shopify is the learning curve is not too difficult. There's a lot of helpful content out there. Shopify, they're very active on their YouTube channel, always putting out helpful information. So learning the platform is not going to be too difficult. And so those are, of course, things to keep in mind as you move onto the platform. What are some things that you need to learn? Some sources that you can, some resources that you can use as you want to increase your education and learning about the platform. So that's certainly something to keep in mind is how are you going to be increasing your knowledge, learning about the Shopify platform. And the last thing to think about as you migrate is steps after the website is completed. So after you working with your developer and the website is actually completed, for future updates, for future maintenance, perhaps for future technical support, how are you going to handle that? Are you going to continue working with that same developer? Are you going to try to find another developer? Do you have a team in-house that maybe you want training on that they can learn the Shopify platform and then they can make the needed adjustments? Are you going to be working with an outside agency and they're going to be working hand in hand with your IT team or your tech team to make those adjustments? And of course, this depends whether you are a smaller company, if you are a solopreneur, have a small team, and then you're a bigger team. These things, of course, will differ, but this is all things to keep in mind because, of course, there's going to be adjustments and things that will need to be improved after the website is completed. And so having whether developer or designer, whoever on your side to help you out for the future is definitely something to keep in mind as well. So of course, there's a lot of things to think about as you prepare for a Shopify migration. These were just a few that I just quickly wanted to break down in this video, just for you to think about as you actually start your migration. Um, and if you're actually looking to migrate onto Shopify, if you're tired of maybe the old CMS that you're using for your e-commerce store and you're looking to move over to Shopify, maybe you just have any questions, maybe you want to chat about what are some of the benefits of Shopify, maybe you want to chat about how to get started with Shopify, please feel free to reach out. I'd be more than happy to sit down with you and talk about Shopify and see maybe some of the concerns that you're having with your platform and maybe how Shopify can help you out and maybe even see if Shopify is the best move for you because maybe Shopify is not the best move for you. Maybe there's another resource or another tool out there that'll be helpful. But please feel free to reach out if you have any questions at all. If you're looking to actually move over to Shopify, if you're looking to make any updates or changes to your website. And of course, we do have our monthly maintenance plan on Shopify. If that's something that you're looking for additional support, whatever be the case, please feel free to reach out. I'd be glad to have a conversation, ask, and help answer any questions. But once again, I hope this video was helpful, and let me know if you have any questions.